Filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walk the mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win, apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself, I filled it in.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about today's episode. We're going to talk about some NBA, y'all. It's an NBA topic only episode. I'm excited about that. But I got two of my brothers with me. I got Dave, Tombo. What's good, fellas?
Man, I see Dave got the Miami Heat background, so I'm going off Dave's vibes today. How you feeling, Dave?
You sure you want to do
that? Wherever he going, I'm going with him.
If you will allow me to. First of all, what's going on, fellas? I'm doing good. I'm feeling really good today. I got to send in a personal apology to Pat Riley. I said some things, some really bad things, last time we were on the show. So I'm sorry. I was really heated. You are old, so I expect you to take naps every now and then. So I apologize for calling you trash. You're not trash. You're the Godfather. You did help us get 3 championships, so I appreciate that. But, I just wish you would have been awake to trade Kyle Lowry instead of, giving away a big man, even though that's something that we need and we don't, But, I still love you, Pat. You're still my guy. My apologies.
Hey, man, you might not want to go back to Miami talking about the Godfather like that, man.
I know.
Technically, I've never been to Miami, so.
Okay. Hey, I know my Miami fan base was at your neck probably these last few days.
Yeah, right. Probably so. I know a couple of them personally that came at me, but I was good. I was upset.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So look, let's get the show started.
No. You do this every show, Joe. What's up with you, man? How you?
I'm good. Yeah.
The West all shooken up all of a sudden.
Yes.
It's not a clear beam no more.
Yes, it never was.
Yeah, it never was a clear beam.
Never was a clear beam. We took an L to the Suns. Hey. Suns, man, when they get KD, it's gonna be DeAndre Ayton looked really good, man. He hit a bunch of contested jump shots. What's going on? So Chris Paul back, 19 assists, 17, 19. Devin Booker held with 30 with no threes made, so they looking pretty good. But we're gonna talk about the West. All right, we're gonna talk about them. But before we get started, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share this video, guys, with somebody that y'all know personally so they can come on and watch live with us. Use that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting down, like this guy right here. And disclaimer, guys, the beam is not going to be lit every game. All right, we're not going 82-0. All right, we're going to lose some games. About it.
Sunbeam, you get it?
Ooh, okay, Sunbeam, It's the thing, the Pacers want the beam so bad, they got our leftovers. Tyrese, you my dog. Buddy Hill, I don't really bang a Buddy Hill like that. The only time, people are, Pacers fans are excited about Buddy Hill making it to the 3-point shootout contest. That's the only time we'll ever see him at the All-Star game is being in the 3-point shootout contest. All right, so, yeah, we got 2 All-Stars anyway. But anyways, like the video, subscribe, share with somebody, use that comment section. Tomo, the IG chats, man, it was crazy this weekend. All right, let's talk about those IG chats that we got.
I'm glad you brought these chats up. I am so glad you brought these chats up because yesterday, I don't know what happened to my good man Joe. I'm thinking it was probably Dave's rant. Dave's rant just fueled through the whole episode. And Joe woke up yesterday and chose violence. He said, whatever chip I got on my shoulder, I'm putting it in the chat. And y'all go. first of all, let me tell you the chats that we have, and then I'll go into more details on how we ended up on a 4-hour phone call. we have a we have an NFL chat, we have an NBA chat, we have a college football chat, we have a college basketball chat, we have a boxing chat, and we have an MLB chat. If you want to be a part of any of these exciting extravaganza of chats, hit us up in the DMs on one of the social medias below on the ticker. Again, the ticker doesn't move that fast. I promise you, you could read the ticker just like when we had them school, when it snowed outside and you wanted to know if school was closed. If you could wait till PG County come across, you can wait and find out if you want to be on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and Facebook and TikTok. Hold up, am I tripping? TikTok, Instagram. That's what I skipped the gram. There we go. The gram, the most important one, because that's where most of the chats go down. That's where most of the chats are. You can use one of the other platforms to join the Instagram chats. If you don't have Instagram, then just come on don't come on the show yet. Come in the comments and do your thing, because everybody that's in the chats be in the comments anyway. You can already see it. Y'all know I'm gonna say something crazy like AJ Brown at a no one receiver, and then the comments gonna go crazy. It's okay, because that's the type of stuff that happens in these chats. Outside of the hot takes, we have the earliest reporting on injuries, signings, transfers. Again, with the free agent signings, the Major League Baseball money, man, they just be throwing around bags. I seen that bag I had on Monday with all the Eagles excuses in it. That's like bags of money with the MLB. They just throwing it out. NBA trades. The trade deadline was crazy. That was one of the craziest days within the chat. It was a debate on top of the news. Last week, we had the Super Bowl special. We had everyone from most of the people from the chat. We also had special guests come in and tell you also about the chat and just the participation that goes down. Man, it's becoming a community. We even talking about sharing stuff between each other within the group, like promo codes, also like how we get our YouTubes and all that other stuff. But I want to talk about this chat for 1 second, Joe. Just give me like 2 minutes of your time. I'm not going to take up too much of y'all time, but I'm going to take up some of your time. The Refuse to Lose chat. For the folks that come on the show, man, oh man. I'm going to let Joe talk a little bit about what he started, because you started this one. Usually it's Dave with the post, but you woke up yesterday and said, let's talk about a specific defense, and the ball just got to rolling. Then you started talking about quarterbacks. Man, Joe, just tell us, what was your mind frame yesterday when you jumped in that chat?
Well, the night before, it was late. Well, early, like 3 a.m, I was up still, and something dawned on me. I'm like, yo, did we cover that Eagles defense on Monday? And I told you, talking about backstage, y'all actually did, but I know I didn't address it, and them Eagles fans really didn't address it. I said, you know what? Let me spark something up. I was like, you know what? It's 3 a.m. Let me just wait until everybody wake up. And then soon also the first message get put in the chat. Oh yeah, it's my time. Put my voice recording on. And started the day. You feel me? So yeah, I had to address it. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, it turns to, you can finish it. So
it turned into a video chat where we ended up having, Worm guy, come on here. One thing I want to say is, Joe, thank you for everything you did yesterday, because little do you know, you brought 2 Cowboy fans closer. I've never seen me and Worm agree about so much when it came to a certain quarterback. We're not gonna name no names, but this is the type of stuff that this is the type of stuff that goes down in the chats, and this is how it boils over. But at the end of the day, it can seem like it's getting heated, but it's always healthy debates. Like, it always ends in a good joke and everybody laughs about it, and then we move on to the next topic. I'm telling you, man. I just say thank you at the end of the day. Like, my phone, I want to put my phone down, but you can't. Kev gonna put a screenshot up one day and just show you how the chat just auto overloads. It's just auto load. Like, the chat look like the Matrix with the numbers just falling down. If you miss it, it's just gonna keep going. So
we even put a limitation to voice recording, y'all. We do a voice recording, make it 10 seconds. All right.
Man. Yeah, them minute long voice memos, that's too much, man.
So yeah. You seen the folks come on here and say what they had to say about the chats. If you want to be a part of this greatness and also a part of some of these debates, it's not even just more so debates. You learn a lot too. You learn some stuff in here too. I'm not going to say it's always hot takes and debates and just news. You learn some things as well. Man, look, see Dave over there crying because Dave's an instigator too. Y'all don't know it, but Dave will post a picture of your favorite play and be like, "What y'all think?" And just
I be trying to hold on. I be really want to know. I don't do it on purpose. I really be wanting to know everybody's thoughts. I don't purposely start stuff. Not like how Joe chose for Islands yesterday. I don't do it like that, but I just be really wanting to know. That's
so
all.
again, if you want to be a part of any of these chats, again, hit us up in the DMs on one of the social platforms. Tell us what chat you want to be a part of, and we'll add you to that chat. But remember, all of the chats are on Instagram. So if you don't have Instagram, then just continue to tune into the show and hit the comments up.
Let's get it. Join them chats, y'all. Tom said it best. It's entertaining. All right. It's what you don't get on here. You know, it gets. This is raw, but it's the chat is another level. All right.
Fact.
All right. So let's go to our first topic. Let's talk about the West. All right. The Western Conference is crowded, especially from 4 to like 12 seed is really, really crowded. All right. So let's talk about that. And we're gonna kick it over to Tomo. Now, obviously, we gotta revisit this. My opinion, I think it's about matchup, all that stuff. I think we should revisit this once the playoff starts to see where everybody falls in seeding. But as of right now, Tomo, who you got coming out the West?
I mean, they would say it's easy to pick this team because they're already number one. But when you sit back and watch the team, they show you why they're number one. It's the Nuggets. Like earlier I picked Golden State because I thought they was going to turn it around, but it seems like maybe all those finals appearances are finally getting to them. A lot of people are missing games. Steph's hurt again. And Draymond said it himself after that Wizards game. Like, we got to learn how to play better defense. Draymond's not understanding that, hey, you're getting older. These kids are faster. Have you ever tried to chase some kid? You try to chase around a 3-year-old at this age. You're like, whoa, bro. Come on now. Slow down. And that's how these kids are, man. These kids don't even work out no more. They just play Xbox, hoop, and then it's game time. I don't even think these kids stretch. Draymond and them out there still trying to stretch. We're getting old, bro. 30 is old in basketball years. 30 is ancient in football years. But back to what I was saying about the Nuggets. Right now, offensive rating, they're number one. Defensive rating, they're 12th. So, you know, they can pick up that slack somewhere. Assists per game, they're second. But it's the way that offense flows. And it's when you see a team that's being ran by a center, like, think of the offense. It's all going through Joker. Murray came back, but he's in and out the lineup every now and then. And we discussed this a little bit backstage, Sujo, about how the Nuggets finally have their role players showing up. Last year, they really didn't have that. At this point, they're showing up when the games start. Right now, today, I'll say the Mavs are taking the West. Looking at their remaining schedule, playoff-wise, like playoff opponents, they got the Grizzlies twice, they got the Clippers once, the Mavs. I think they play the Mavs tonight, and then they got the Suns twice. And I'm thinking more so like teams who reshape with their new additions that might affect it. Not sleeping on the beam, but it's getting ugly out. It's getting ugly out west, man. And I gotta hedge my bet so far with Joker.
All right. Dave. Yeah, that's awesome. Joker. Let's go.
So I'm a little mixed right now.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the Nuggets are the number one seed right now. 6-4 their last 10 games. You're right, they do play the Mavericks tonight. So I wouldn't say it would be easy to pick the Nuggets, but it would make sense. It would make a lot of sense to pick the Nuggets. They're number one seed. They've been playing really good lately. 40-18 right now. Could be 41-18 after tonight. Who knows how that game's going to go. But I find it hard to not choose Phoenix.
Okay.
I find it hard to not choose Phoenix. Simply because of what Joe pretty much had stated. Chris Paul is back. 17-19. Devin Booker is back, putting up 30 without scoring the 3-point shot. And you just added Kevin Durant.
Sorry.
It's hard to choose against them. I want to say the Nuggets. Because of the position they're in. But Phoenix are 7-3 in their last 10 games. Yes, they're 9.5 games back. So it's going to take a lot for them to be able to get to the number 1 seed. And I don't honestly see the Nuggets giving up that big of a lead to have Phoenix win. Unless some injury happens to Joker or something like that, I don't see the Nuggets losing that. So I'm going to pick the Nuggets just because of the position that they're in.
You going with the Nuggets?
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Nuggets. They're 9.5 games above the 2 teams I think that could challenge them right now. And this is no disrespect to any other team in the West. And that's, to me, that's Phoenix. And I hate to say it. Not that I hate to say it, but Dallas. I think Dallas has a chance too. Yes, I understand that the first game with Luka and Kyrie they lost, but you can see that they're doing their best to be unselfish, to help each other out, to see who's actually going to be able to win the game. And this is not to say that them two together are as great as this tandem, but it reminds me of when Miami had Dwayne Wade and LeBron James. You know, and when they first started playing together, they weren't really that good. A lot of people don't remember that. Our record wasn't that good when we first had those two. I think we were barely 500, barely over 500 when we first had them. And, you know, they thought it would be a good matchup because, you know, LeBron's a good facilitator. He can pass the ball, but he needs the ball in his hand. And it's the same thing with Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade needs the ball in his hand. He's not that much of a facilitator. He's more of a scorer and a defender. And that's not to say that those two are like that, because neither one of them are good defenders. Let's get that out the way. Kyrie and Luka are not above the top defenders in the league. So, but with their scoring, I think it's almost like you can pretty much put them in that position. And they're right now they're the 6th seed in the West, if I remember correctly. They're 6th seed in the West.
Correct.
And they're a few games back from Phoenix. And they have, 20 some odd games to play together. More than likely, they're going to be good. They're going to be in the playoffs together. So I think that's going to be a challenge right there for Dallas because they're so far back. I think Phoenix has the best chance to catch the Nuggets, but I'm going to go with the Nuggets just because of the position they're in. I mean, they're 9.5 games in front of the.
Dave, this is not who's going to win number 1 seed. Who's going to win the West?
Oh, who won the entire thing?
Yeah, who's going to come out the West?
Oh, okay.
Is that what
Whoa, yeah. Hold on now. Let me switch this up, bro. No, hold on now.
Listen, win the West is not win number 1 seed. Don't win the West.
Okay.
That puts you in position to get number 1 seed to win the West.
If we're doing
because it's the half, it's the All-Star break, and
if we're doing that,
who's gonna win the West?
All right,
Who's gonna win it?
All right.
I don't see the Nuggets got a big lead. They're gonna win the West most likely.
So Tomo, do you want to finish yours, or do you just want me to go ahead and finish mine?
Go ahead, finish yours, and we can loop back around. See, Joe, you gotta.
So I'm gonna pick who I was confused with. I'm picking Phoenix. I think Phoenix is gonna win the West.
Oh my God.
I don't see no one being able to stop them. I'm sorry. It's too much. It's too good. You got 3 really good stars on your team. You got Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul. Chris Paul is going to play defense. He's always been known to be a good defender. Devin Booker has become an okay defender. He hasn't always been a great defender. I don't think he's ever even made an all-defensive team. But he's going to be okay. Phoenix healthy. I don't see anyone beating them. I'm sorry. I don't see anyone being to beat them in the West. I see that the Nuggets may be able to challenge them, but I don't think Memphis is going to be good enough. I don't think Golden State's going to be good enough. I just don't see it. I just got a feeling that the Phoenix will win the West and get to the finals.
All right, Tom, go ahead and give me your pick.
All right, who I got winning?
Yeah.
Sheesh, man, because Memphis still trying to figure out if they gangsters or not. Yeah, Yeah, that's tough, man. Now that I wish I'd have known this from the beginning. But yeah, if I go off and look at it like this, I'm gonna have to go. Phoenix is tough too because all them like iPhones. Well, not all of them, but KD could get hurt. Chris Paul could get hurt. Devin
Booker.
Booker can get hurt. DeAndre Ayton on mental IR at times. I don't want to say it, but if they get their mind right, Dallas could probably steal this. It'll be tough, and I want to pick the Kings at this point just because I seen how they were playing. Not do. You said win the West. Yeah, I could pick the Kings, but they haven't been there yet. And if I'm looking at the full picture to keep the show rolling, I'm gonna go with the Suns. But when we swing back around at the end of the season, I'll have a better answer.
All
Right now, I thought you were talking about who's gonna win the conference.
Yeah, I'm just picking. I'm just picking. Mine is just early, and this is healthy team, healthy Phoenix. I'm picking Phoenix.
Yeah.
Hey, look, just so you know, when we go to the East, it's not who gonna win the best record. It's gonna.
I mean, we on point now.
I understand now. I understand
So
now.
look, all right. My heart obviously says the Kings. All right. If we get the right, it has to be like the perfect matchups. It has to be perfect. Like we have to be the third seed. Minnesota gotta be 6. We knock out Minnesota. We know that we need the Suns to be 4 and 5. They beat each other out. The Suns and Mavs 4 and 5. They beat each other out. The winner of that go against the Nuggets. They fight each other out, and we gotta play Memphis second round. Listen, I trust us against Memphis. I think we could beat Memphis. We go against the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. Hey, I'm rolling with us. If that ever happened, I'm rolling with us. We are undefeated on back-to-back games. We play a team twice. The second time we play them, we win every single time. So we do a great job adjusting. But my head is telling me the Mavericks, y'all.
See,
It's telling me the
you
Mavericks.
can see it, right?
Let me tell you why. The Mavericks have. All right. Let's start there. Start right here. They got shooters. All right, around 2 great isolation players. All right, 2 shooters around great isolation players. I see people in the comments said Mavs going to choke. One thing about Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, they haven't choked yet in the playoffs. Kyrie Irving, I mean, you could say last year he choked. I wouldn't say he choked. That was more like a KD choke. All right, but one thing I could say, okay, forget Kyrie. Kyrie's a second fiddle to Luka. Luka is not going to choke, y'all. If you begging on Luka to choke, it's not going to happen. All right, Luka every time he lost. But that's why they got Kyrie. Every time he lost in the playoffs, he never got burned out. They lost because they lost to the better team. They played the Clippers twice in a row. The second time took them to Game 7. The Clippers were just better. Luka still was balling against. That's all he did at Phoenix last year, and then he played the Warriors. They just went against the better team. All right, so they got shooters around these 2 great players. Josh Green, 41%. Bert Towns, your guy, 38%. Christian Wood, 38%. Pinson, who I can't stand him as an opponent, but you know, as a teammate, I would love to have him on my team. There's a lot of talking. 37%. Reggie Bullock, 37%. Max Kleber, 37%. Tim Holloway, 35%. But we all know he's 35%, but he's probably the best shooter on their team. All right. So they got shooters all around them. They have size and depth at the center position. JaVale McGee brings size. Christian Wood, 3-and-D guy. Dwight Powell. You got Max Kleber, 3D guy, and Bert Towns can shoot a 3 too. So they got size at the center position. I believe J. Kidd will have this team ready by playoff time defensively. I think this team will be better defensively. Just because you played bad don't mean you choked. Choked, like, well, I guess you say that. Yeah. But Luka hasn't choked, all right? Because James Harden choked plenty of times. So J. Kidd, I believe the Mavericks will be better defensively than the Suns. Not sure about the Nuggets, but definitely the Suns. They'll be better defending the Suns and part of the Nuggets. Suns, Nuggets, all those talk. Not the Memphis Grizzlies though. But I think the Suns and the Nuggets will be better defensively. That's my thing about the Suns. Defensively, how would they look? They lost Mikal Bridges and they lost Cam Thomas. Both of them are great defensive guys. They're 2 best defensive players. I believe Suns will be great offensively, but defensively, I don't know how they're going to look. You know, so. And lastly, they got the biggest defensive manipulator in basketball right now. And that's Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic manipulates the defense better than anybody. And he's a great passer on top of that. With Kyrie Irving, who's shooting 43% from 3 as a sidekick, that's going to be scary offensively. So I don't know how they're going to be stopped offensively. So is the Phoenix Suns. But once they get this thing together, I think it's gonna be crazy. Joe Kyrie and Mary J. Blige telling him he
She
got it.
did though. She did.
She
She
did.
did. She did. I remember that. She did.
So, but
Auntie
Luca,
Monet.
if we want to talk about choking, listen, KD my guy, but don't forget what happened last year, y'all, against the Boston Celtics.
Yes, he got swept.
All right. So if you're gonna kill Kyrie, let's talk about KD too. All right. And the Nuggets, they don't have that. Jamal Murray, he's the X factor for me. If he balls like he did the bubble, which I doubt what happens, then I'm not gonna pick Denver because they don't have a guy that can go bucket for bucket with Luka and Kyrie or KD Booker. So you need that in the playoffs. So
Yeah. I kind of wanted to. I think some people was comment was saying that Phoenix don't have no defense. I mean, that's true. They probably don't, but Dallas traded away their best defender too. They
Their
traded
best-
away their best wing defender just got traded away too. He's gone. So I mean, what defense do they really have other than what Christian Wood maybe?
Okay, let me
And
tell you
McGee.
this. Let me tell you this. Was their best defender one of the best defenders in the league last year?
No, I wouldn't say that. No.
So their loss to Finney Smith is not as big of a loss as Cam Thomas and Mikal Bridges.
I get you. I get
They
you.
had great team defense last year in the Mavericks. It was third best defense last year with team defense. And Max Kleber was a good defender too last year. He's been hurt all year.
And you got to also include Jason Kidd, like you said about Jason Kidd having his team coached up, right? Because I still love that one play where Jason Kidd told my man pull the soda on the floor so they can get that extra time out. Like that's just great coaching. Like you can't beat that.
Okay, I just wanted to ask that question. That's all.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Yeah,
7:28. We spent a lot of time on that topic.
yeah. Because now
I
we
know.
know we can move
Yeah.
forward now.
We were confused at first, but we got it now.
Communication. All right. So now we know.
But see, the East is closer, so I mean,
Let's go on to the East side, David. It's your squad right here, Miami. Who come out the East? Is it Miami or there's a field? It's like, who come out the East?
Look, I'm a Miami Heat fan, but I'm a realist. We are not coming out the East. I'm not. That's not happening. I'll be happily shocked, but it's not happening. We don't have the roster. We don't have it. We don't have it. Now, who I think is going to be, I think it's between three teams, and it's the three teams at the top of the list. It's between Boston, Milwaukee, and Philly.
Okay.
Right now, I think the two teams that have the better chance out of the three is Boston and Milwaukee. I'm gonna go with Milwaukee. I think I got Milwaukee winning the East this year. Right now, they're on an 11-game win streak, and I don't see how anyone's going to be able to stop them right now. Giannis is doing his thing as always, but he has a healthy Chris Middleton now. You had Drew Holiday put up 40 last night, so when you got a team like that, you got everyone else that's pretty much stepping up. I don't see, but I just feel like they have the momentum that's carrying them into the All-Star break right now, and I feel like it's going to carry over all the way to the playoffs, and I feel like the Bucks have the best chance to get to the finals.
All right. Me?
Yep.
I picked this team early in the season. It's the Celtics. The Celtics are the best team in the league. Not just the East. They're the best team in the league. All right? If you pick anybody else outside of the Celtics in the East, it's because you just trust Giannis probably over. You think Giannis is going to take over. But as far as team, it's the Celtics. On top of that, they got the star player, Jason Tatum, who's stepping up this year. But let me tell you why. Celtics, right? Right now, they're fourth. They're a great offensive team. They are a great defensive team. They're fourth in offensive rating while being third in points per game. They had the fourth defensive rating while allowing they're sixth in points allowed per game. And they have switchable pieces from 1 through 5. They can match up with anybody in the NBA. No matter who they playing, they can put a lineup out there that can match up with anybody defensively and still have the offensive power on the other side, no matter who they put out there. All right, they're a great rebounding team. Milwaukee is too. Milwaukee is first, averaging 49 rebounds a game. Boston is fifth. Sorry, Boston is sixth, averaging 45 a game. Only 4 rebound difference. I get it. They're seventh in assists per game, so they're not just relying on the heroics of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They moving the ball, but when Tatum and Brown has to take over, they do. All right. So, and one thing, when they signed Michael Brogdon, I would never forget when I got the notification that Michael Brogdon was going to Boston. I knew he would help them with this right here. They committed the 6th fewest turnovers per game this year. That was their biggest issue in the playoffs. They would turn the ball over at a high clip because they didn't have a point guard. Not saying Michael Brogdon is Chris Paul, not saying he's a Ricky Rubio or nothing like that, but he is a point guard. Marcus Smart is not a point guard. So having Michael Brogdon on the floor is limiting the turnovers for Boston Celtics, right? Which was one of the Achilles heel last year in the playoffs. All right. They're also top 5 in fouls per game, as far as like not fouling, meaning they can defend without fouling, which is a big thing my guy Mike Brown talks about with us. Defend without fouling. Boston does a great job with that. Last but not least, they got the best duo on basketball. Best duo on basketball. I know you probably say KD and Book. I know you probably say Luka and Kyrie. We don't know. But what I do know is Tatum and Brown work. All right? Tatum and Brown work. They're the best duo. Them getting into the NBA Finals last year has opened up their eyes, right? They've been exposed. They play at the highest stage, and now they're like, you know what? Nobody can beat us. They felt they supposed to won last year, so they came into this season with tons of confidence, and you can see it. Brown took his game to another level. Brown's also a two-way player, could defend and score. Tatum he averaging 33 points a game. So Tatum took his talent to another level, and he's also a great two-way player. So I got the Celtics, and I don't think they're going to play a game 7. I think it'll be I think it won't be as close as last year because they played 2 game 7s last year. I don't think that's happening this year. I think they're going to roll through the East, and their competition is going to happen in the finals.
Man,
and hold on, and Dave, don't sleep on the Cavs.
Oh, I'm not sleeping on them. I just see those 3 pretty much like solidified. I see the Cavs sneaking up.
I got the Cavs and Philly on the same level. That's just me. I got Cavs, Philly right there. Each other.
see, this is why we gotta talk more football because that's the only time me and Joe can disagree. Right now, I gotta agree with you. Especially with the Cleveland thing. That was gonna be my first thing. I was like, hey, now. But I also want to give my man J-Mo some respect. Philly does have a shot. When I was going over it, I was like, man, Philly could. When I thought we were just doing conference at first, I was like, Philly could sneak and, instead of conference, Philly could do this. Philly has that. Philly has this. But then I thought about it. I was like, well, when you have this and you have a little bit of that, and then Boston is like all of that, like the Nickelodeon show, all that, because Boston got all that. And they showed that last night when the best duo, like you said, Joe, I agree with you on that. When that best duo wasn't there, they took that same Bucks team in the overtime. The thing I don't like about the Bucks is Chris Middleton. He's the Achilles heel. If Chris Middleton is, I'm not saying he's bad, Dave. Don't look at me crazy. If Chris Middleton if he has a good game, the Bucks show up. If he's off just a little bit, the Bucks sometimes they kind of like they got to find their way. It's Giannis or bust. Like you can't count on Drew Holiday to get you 40 every night. Like that's an anomaly.
No.
And Chris Middleton is supposed to be that second person. And I've seen for too many times when it's the big time, he goes either has a good game or he falls off. He kind of reminds me of Bradley Beal at times. Like he'll be a dog and then he'll just turn into a puppy out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Hey, it happens. Sometimes you go up against the Suns, it happens. But
they're gonna be to play your game.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Middleton is his last name. He's a middle of the pack player. It can go this way or it can go that way. But I'm picking Boston simply because they are the better team overall. The fact that I have this jacket on and I'm saying that I'm picking Boston, it pains me to my core. I wish the Wizards would just get a little bit better. Brogdon is that piece that they needed. Everyone in the East was scouring to get Brogdon, and the one team that everyone said didn't need him got him, and it is proven. Sometimes you just need what is that, like when the tide is too high, and the boat gets to rocking back and forth and everyone's going crazy. Sometimes you just need that person to walk in and be like, look, bro, we got this. And Brogdon walked in and was like, he's that, look, bro, we got this. They thought it was Al Horford. I mean, he is a vet, but they needed a point guard. Marcus Smart is not the point guard for this team. He's up and down. So Brogdon comes in, he can get you points, he can get you assists, and he can play defense. Kind of like he reminds me a little bit of a Avery Bradley on the defensive side, but Avery Bradley was like strictly strapped. Like he was strapped. Like I didn't like playing against that guy at all. And I'm saying it like I was out there on the court. I hated that guy. But he's good. Cleveland is my sleeper because of Donovan Mitchell and the team around him. Like Cleveland get on the right run, just like with everything you said about your Kings. If Cleveland gets on that, gets the right matchups at the right time, they could find their way probably in the finals as well. They would have to play Boston. But that dog, that's Donovan Mitchell. I could see him giving them a run for their money. Even though yeah, and because Boston was there before, they do want it. But sometimes when you just go up against a guy that got so much to prove, you know, kind of like a guy that was in the Super Bowl. When you go up against a person that just got a lot to prove and he got a whole city backing him, like sometimes that momentum just carries over with the other team is. Like you could be the best team in the world, but when you go against a momentum shift like that, it's just nothing you can do about it. Right now, I'm picking Boston. I love what they're doing. They also, after all the allegations, no one knew where that team was going to go. The fact that the coaching got that team together and they're playing as a squad, and you don't see there's no turmoil within the unit. They kind of remind me of that Golden State team, you know, before what was it, that 2016 before the fallout, you know, where they had 2 starting fives. All of their role players know their role and they serve their purpose. Boston has that right now. So right now I'm picking Boston. I would love to see a Boston Mavericks finals just for the media spectacle of it. see Kyrie go back with some sage. Like I would love to watch that. So
that'd be good. That'd be good. All right, cool. So Bucks, Boston. All right. And our last topic, MVP. Who is the MVP? All right, and I'll kick this one off. Nikola Jokic. Once again, it's Nikola Jokic, man. Listen, when I tell you this automatically makes him the MVP. All right? They're 40-18. They're the number 1 seed. They are 1 game behind having the best record. And Jokic averaging 25, 11, and 10. I mean, he averaged in the triple-double. That's the first big to average a triple-double. Westbrook did it as a low seed, so they gave it to him just because he averaged triple-double. And they called him selfish. This dude is averaging a triple-double while being the best team in the West. Just off that, MVP, give it to him right now. So look, but I'm going to give you more reasons why. All right, look. Here's the thing. Number 1, Jokic is number 1 in offensive rating, number 1 in net rating. He's 4th in rebounding, 4th in assists. There's never been a big that averaged 10 assists. He's doing it right now. He has the 2nd most double-doubles behind my man Sabonis. Shout out to Sacramento. Like the bean. He's 1st in triple-doubles by a mile. He got 20. Luka got 10, and he's 2nd. I mean, it's crazy. Jokic, he's a league-leading PER guy. That right there is huge on his own. All right? In the last 11 years, whoever wins the PER award won MVP. Except for Anthony Davis. When Steph Curry won it in 2014-15 season, AD was number 1, but he was the 8th seed. They weren't going to give it to him. Westbrook was number 2. He was the 9th seed. They were going to give it to him. Guess who was 3rd? Steph Curry. And who won MVP? Steph Curry. Who were they? Number 1 seed. Every other person in the last 11 years that won a PER award won MVP, including Jokic the last 2 years. All right? Lastly, Giannis won back-to-back MVPs. It was hard to give him his 3rd. Remember? He had a great season, but nobody wanted to give it to him because he flamed out in the playoffs in the first round. Guys, basically, he got swept, right? Y'all swept him, right? Oh, yeah, Gentlemen swept him.
Beat him 4-1.
All right, they won the first one. Y'all won 4 straight? Something like that? Yeah. Gentlemen sweep, whatever.
Yeah.
4-1. Y'all put a towel on the sweep. So it was hard to give Giannis the MVP because we just saw the playoff failure they had as the better seed losing to the worst seed. Now, Jokic, did anybody expect them to beat Golden State last year in the playoffs? No, Golden State was clearly better. Jokic without his 2 running mates. People didn't expect him to win. And plus, Jokic balled out himself. He balled out. So nobody felt bad about the Nuggets losing like we felt bad about the Bucks losing. So I know we normally ignore MVPs to the third time around, but Jokic is making it hard for us to not give him MVP this year. I mean, triple double while being number 1 seed, you automatically MVP. I'm sorry. It's Jokic.
I mean, I told you, I already knew once we brought up this MVP topic. Look, if anybody ever want to see a rant for a player, I'm telling you, Joe, I'm gonna find that clip and I'm gonna just bring it up here. Like, I wanted to insert that video for my section of it. Like, I don't gotta say nothing. Like, I don't even want to talk right now. It's a battle. It's always a fight when it's the MVP. But Joker just makes it a landslide. Like, look what he's doing out there. The triple doubles alone, I want a couple bets. You know, I'm putting a couple parlays. Like, the triple doubles looked out for me. So I'm going with the MVP. Nikola Jokic. I want to say you could say Giannis because of the team he's on, and without Giannis, the team wouldn't be the Bucks. Or you can go with Tatum, but we just talked about and raved about how the Celtics are one big unit, and even though Tatum is the star on that team, he could miss a few games, and that team wouldn't skip a beat. We can go Joel Embiid. I think Joel needs a supporting cast. Like, the James Harden thing is not helping him right now. Like, he's too good, and he's playing too good for the 76ers. Sometimes I feel like in the beginning of Embiid's career, it was like the injuries was hurting him, and it felt like he was holding the 76ers back. Now I feel like the 76ers are holding him back just a little bit. He's balling right now.
Harden missed a month too, so that you know.
That's what I'm saying. He need pieces around him. I think for me, if I was the 76ers, I would have the Dwight Howard mentality, get some shooters around him, and with that Orlando team, get some shooters around him and run the offense through him. Boom. He could be just like Joe. If you think about it, Joker's got the same thing. Joker got the same situation. Run the offense through him, and you get some shooters around him, and boom.
Some 3D guys. I'm with that.
Yeah. But he doesn't have that right now. Joker does. And Joker's the MVP. That's my selection. That boy got game.
I mean, is it necessary for me to even say anything?
Oh, you got Joker too?
You gonna say Luka?
No. No, I'm not. Joe took all my points, and then you took the other points I was going to name. So what can I really say?
You got Joker.
What can I really say is Joker? No, like Joe said, number 1 seed in the West, 25, 11, and 10 as a big man. What? It's Joker. It's Joker. I don't see how anybody can pick somebody else. I really don't. I don't see it. I don't see it. Yes, I understand that Boston has the best record in the league, but you got Tatum and Brown pretty much balling out. So you can't really give it to one of them. You would have to pretty much give it to both of them. Honestly, I think if you're going to give it to somebody in Boston, it should be a double MVP between Tatum and Jaylen Brown if we're going to do that because of the best record. Giannis, I get it. He's Giannis. But, I mean, look at what Joker's doing. Jamal Murray pretty much just got back from injury this year because he wasn't there last year.
Nope.
And then Aaron Gordon is averaging 17 to 7 this year. They have, let me count how many players they got in double figures this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 7 to 8 players in double figures.
Hey, count that one more time. Inside
Yeah.
joke. It's an inside joke.
That's funny. But it's Joker. I really don't see how anybody can pick someone else. And yeah, I get Embiid beat him 1-on-1, but we're not talking about 1-on-1 game. We're talking about MVP of the season. MVP of the season, best player, best team.
Yeah,
It's
Joker, man. I'm sorry.
He averaged a triple double as the number 1 seed in the West.
Yeah, that's amazing right there.
Come on, man. Like Joe said, Russ has averaged a triple double 4 out of 5 seasons. He was never even top 3 when he did that.
Nah.
Top 4.
You can't give it to anybody other than Joker. I don't see how. I don't see what reason you can give it to somebody other than other than Jokic. He been balling, man. I mean, like I said, they took my points. I'm lost for words. I don't really know what to say. That's all I can really say, man. I mean, it's Joker. It's
And
Joker.
look, and speaking of Westbrook, he's talking to multiple teams. Somewhere. He's talking to the Bulls and David, the Bulls, the Clippers, Miami, and Wizards.
I told y'all.
You said it,
I
Tom.
told y'all. Bro.
Someone called it. Someone said it.
They do
gonna
not
get
want to bring
Westbrook.
John Wall back, bro. It's between. Honestly, I know the show about to be over. We all picked Joker, so we got like 5 minutes to go. Look, honestly, bro, it's between Wizards, Miami, and maybe the Clippers. If Paul George could get on the phone. If Paul George could get on the phone.
Clippers, they can get bounced. That's dumb. They get.
But I heard through the grapevine, I seen a lot of Kings fans on Twitter saying they want John Wall as a backup point guard.
No, we're not getting John Wall.
I said Kings fans were rooting for it. I don't know.
But Kings fans are stupid. I'll tell you right now. I talk to them every day. They say the stupidest stuff. Listen, I tell people all the time, y'all in the NBA chat, y'all think that y'all competition talk about the Kings? The biggest idiots that I gotta talk to about the Kings are Kings fans. All right. So they prepare me for y'all. Like y'all a piece of cake. Like I can slaughter y'all. But with the Kings fan, they actually know about the team, but they got these dumb views about them. All right. So
well, I need you to come on home then, because every Wizards chat I'm in, you say something about John Wall, like 4 people, the nostalgia of John Wall fans, they like, all right, but it's like 90 of them, they're like, boy, get out of here, bro. Why would we want him back? No, we need something else. And then it's the people some people want Russ back. They said them was Bradley Beal best years. So bring Russ back. So
I mean, I guess if you want to be an 8 seed again.
Russ can see look. Then why I want Russ Westbrook. All right, let's wrap this up, y'all. Like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this video with somebody that y'all know personally. They can go back and watch it. We're gonna break these videos up, segments up, so you can watch it as an individual video. All right. Once again, hit that like button if you're watching. Hit that like button. All right. And then Dave, talk about those IG chats we got popping. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna just kind of summarize what Tomo did earlier. Joe chose violence, and they had. This is one thing I got beef with the chat. Mm-hmm. Y'all always have these important video calls and messages when I'm not available. What's up with that? What's up with that, man? Y'all got to start informing me ahead of time, or forewarn something. Like y'all can't be doing this while I'm busy. Like, come on, man. I'm not working from home fully just yet, so I still got to go make some extra income. So y'all gotta give me a chance, something. That's all I get. That's what I got to say about that. But like I said, Joe chose violence yesterday. He came at some Eagles fans and kind of made them a little more salty than they actually were. So. And he's been posting a lot on his story too. So if you follow Joe on Instagram,
he keeping the party going.
You'll see he ain't stopped yet. So Joe go keep going.
And it was too late to post in the chat, so I was like, let me post my story, let the world see.
I think he's probably having the most fun he's had since football season had ended. So he's Pat,
the playoffs.
Hey, and Pat Mahomes is his boy. I mean, that's my guy too. Pat Mahomes is my guy, best quarterback in the league, so I get it. But all I gotta say is, if you take an L, just take the L. Let it go. Let it go. Let the L go. Stop talking about all this other stuff. Nobody's taking shots other than Joe, but and Tomo sometimes, of course. But that's your division rival. You should expect that. But all in all, man, I mean, the chats are great. They keep us updated with a whole lot of stuff. NFL chat, NBA chat, boxing, Major League Baseball, college football, and college basketball. We talk about all those things right now. Like the former Texas college coach just got his charges dropped. He was charged for domestic violence a while ago. He lost his job, and the charges he got dropped. So he lost his job. And he's not even going to jail for what he was accused of. So, stuff like that. We put out in the chat way before it goes to ESPN and Bleacher Report. So that's that. And with the chat I was talking about was the Refuse to Lose chat. You know, that's the one where we just pretty much we talk about any and everything. We coming at you. We letting you know you better know your stuff. And if you complain about something, we're gonna go watch whatever you was talking about, and we're gonna come back and let you know our thoughts about it. That's pretty much what Joe did yesterday, but it was a little bit more lethal than I can say on YouTube. So, but hey, all in all, you know, it was a great football season. Now it's basketball season. It's getting really exciting. Baseball season's about to start up, so we're definitely going to talk more about baseball soon enough. World Baseball Classic is coming up soon. All-Star Weekend's coming up, so we got a lot to talk about, man. Those are the chats. If you want to get into any of those chats, you got to let us know. The only one that you have to come on the show for is the Refuse to Lose chat. You got to come on the show, let us know you want to come on, then you can get in that chat. Other than that, drop your IG name in the comment section, or you can follow us on Instagram. We'll add you to those other chats. But Refuse to Lose chat, you got to come on the show. That's it.
All right, so let's wrap this up, y'all. Last words. I got a what you call it, a dark horse.
Oh,
Dark horse Western Conference Finals matchup. The Sacramento Kings and the New Orleans Pelicans. When Zion come back, don't forget when Zion got hurt, they were the number 1 seed. Soon he got hurt, they plummeted all the way down. And Brandon Ingram been out the lineup all year. I don't even think Brandon Ingram played 20 games yet. If they get healthy, Pelicans against the Kings. That's dark horse, all right? Right there.
My guy, you in the dog.
All right, hey, you heard it here first. But the Kings, we lost to the Suns, man. We going to the All-Star break as a 3rd seed. I'm excited about that. Highest seeded position. Most games we won by the All-Star break since 2006. All right, so I'm excited about that. And we got a little bit over 20 games left. We're gonna go out strong, hold on to that number 3 seed, might get the number 2 seed. I don't know, but I don't think we're gonna drop from the third seed though. We're gonna keep it like that. We're gonna keep home court advantage in the playoffs. And yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the All-Star break and the All-Star weekend. We're gonna get into that in tomorrow's or Friday show. We're gonna talk about the All-Star weekend. But we got 4 players there. Kevin Huerter, 3-point shootout contest. Keegan Murray, the sophomore rookie skill thing. Steve Fox is a bonus in the All-Star game. It's all like that.
Like the beat.
Dave, you good?
Like the beat.
Yeah, I'm good.
You good? Because I'm following you. If you going on a rant, I'm going on one too.
I'm good.
All right, because I was going to we just won, but I told you, man. This is a carousel. This jacket represents so much. It's a carousel. Matter of fact, the Washington Wizards, I think I said it before. I don't know. The Mary J. Blige reference is perfect. I'm telling you. The album may start off good, but at some point you're going to find yourself in the corner crying. So why I keep doing this to myself? This team, last night, they went out to Portland. You know, they on the West Coast run. They went out to Portland, and then they just, killed that dang clock. They got that out of there because Kuzma showed back up. They lost to Golden State. Right now, this team is they're trying to find their way, and I got to give them some space. I'm gonna give them some space for the rest of the season. I have nothing negative to say. I'm gonna watch the rest of the season play out. The Wizards can make the play-in or sneak into the playoffs. We may be on to something here, y'all. I'm not even gonna be mad if they do sign Westbrook back, because at the end of the day, Westbrook has found I think what happened out in LA kind of like got him in a mental space where he's prepared to either come off the bench or just be that role player. Even when he was here with Washington, I'm gonna slander him, bro. It's okay. Even when he was here in Washington, he uplifted the locker room. He was that leader that we needed. Also, somebody like Kuzma, Porzingis, and Bill. The Wizards say they need a point guard. Russ may get back to doing triple doubles again. Everybody, this might be one of Porzingis' best seasons. Like, look at that. I didn't think that trade was gonna work out in our favor. Shout out to Dallas, man. Y'all got Bertans. I mean, even though y'all in the playoffs, which I got Bertans. I told you before, Kev, if you count on Bertans to win you a game, you're done, son. Go ahead. It's all yours, Dave.
So I want to give a shout out to the NBA. So this was already posted into our NBA chat, but I gotta say this. A record of 25 international players from a record of 17 countries will participate in the NBA All-Star Weekend this year in Salt Lake City, including 6 All-Star starters. So the game has already been global, but it's now becoming more global than it was before. So shout out to the NBA for that. It's always been a players' league, so shout out to you. As I stated earlier in the show, I apologize, Pat Riley. You know, I apologize, Miami Heat fan base, Miami Heat organization. I got a little too upset. I was rightfully upset, but I was wrong in the message that I put out. So, if you forgive me and allow me to continue to be a Miami Heat fan, I would appreciate that. But yeah, man, I just expect more from my team, especially because I've seen success, and I know what we're capable of. And Jimmy Butler's not getting any younger. Bam is beginning to improve. Tyler Hero was actually starting to play like he belongs in the league. So, you know, I appreciate it, but I don't want it to go to waste when we have someone who's not who he used to be anymore. He's getting older. He's not as healthy as he needs to be, and we're better without him. We've won 10 games without him, and I think that means something. So if we had that opportunity to get him out of the door, we should have done it. And I just feel like it was a little irresponsible, as the GM, as the godfather that you are, Pat Riley, to fall asleep during the trade deadline where you had to trade to get him out the door. And you traded Dwayne Dedmon, a big man. I understand that he made some mistakes, but you traded him, and he was at a position that we needed. We don't have a lot of big men on the team that are good. So we needed that. We need a 4. We needed to make something shake. And this is the second time in 4 years where we played well the year before, and you did absolutely nothing the next season. So I just expect more out of you because of everything that you've done, because how successful you've been, and that's just what I expect. Now, we can make the playoffs this year, but we're not going to go far. Like I said before, I'm not going to talk any more bad about us anymore because I got my rant out, and, you know, that's it. However, I'm not taking you out the doghouse. I'm not doing that. You're still in the doghouse, so you stay there. But I won't say you're done, son. But you are in the doghouse. And that's pretty much it for me. You know, University of Miami, college football, but I'm more so focused on basketball right now. So Miami, do something.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, I was gonna say something bad about Spartan, but no, we good. No, matter of fact, I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Spartan because I forgot they had the recent incident that happened over the week where they had the shooting on campus, and I just want to say condolences and prayers to everyone that was involved in that situation. So I can be an adult. I'll be an adult. But Carl, I'll see you in the chat.
All right, condolences. So that's all we have for y'all today. We'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all the next episode.